Park here from Ultimate Test Drive. We're in Marshall, Michigan today at the Eaton Corporation Proving Grounds. And we're here with a small fleet of brand new Kenworth T880s, the latest vocational truck from Kenworth. And we're going to take these trucks and a couple of others out onto the track and see what they're made of. Let's get out there and put the boots to them. There's been a lot of buzz around the T880 since the day Kenworth introduced the truck at the Mid-America Trucking Show back in 2013. Dubbed as the eventual successor to the wildly popular T800, the T880 has some pretty big shoes to fill. Still, it's everything the T800 is and quite a bit more. Kenworth says the T880 is the most versatile vehicle ever to roll off its assembly line. You'll soon see why. Let's have a look at the T880 in action in a fairly tame environment. We'll get to the dirty stuff in part 2 of this series, so let's start with the truck's maneuverability. A newly designed steering gear provides an additional 9 degrees of wheel cut compared to previous designs. This truck had a turning radius of about 35 feet. We've got a 20,000-pound front axle on this truck, double power steering boxes and the big Bridgestone tires. But still, even with the limitations imposed by those things as far as, wheel clearance and frame clearance and what have you, we still have really tremendous steering capacity. That's another asset on a job site, maneuvering in tight spaces. You can't be taking 40 acres to turn the truck around. And it's quiet in here. You can hear the whine from the PTO to keep the mixture turning. And there's a little bit of engine and gear noise, but not very much. Compared to some of the trucks I've been in, this thing is a real treat from a sound level perspective. So keeping noise in the cab generally down is something that the engineers at Kenworth have worked pretty hard on. This T880 cab is a nice piece of engineering from a driver comfort and ergonomic point of view, and nice and quiet as well. Quiet and comfortable is nice, but don't let that fool you. The T880 was built to work. With a large variety of drivetrain options, the T880 will get you into and out of some really ugly places. And it's got plenty of suspension options to handle the worst you can throw at it. We're taking this truck over this rutted piece of highway here. These are like washboards times 20. And the big 20,000-pound front end of this T880 is just, gliding over the top, you might say. These diagonal slats in the pavement are brutal. They shift the truck from side to side, so they're putting loads on opposite sides of the suspension at the same time. Load the right, load the left, load the right, load the left. And the driver just kind of pivots back and forth like a little bobblehead in the back of a car. We talked about the design and engineering processes that go into these trucks. Easily can withstand a heck of a lot more than we're doing to the truck right now. And all the engineering and proving and work they do putting these things together. They run them over tracks like this dozens and dozens of times, much heavier loads, much higher speed, try and demonstrate accelerated wear on the parts and see how well they hold up. So what we're doing to them from a load perspective is just a walk in the park for these trucks. So that's a little of what the T880 can do. After a full day on the track with the truck, I'm still liking it. And my first impressions of this thing are quite favorable. It's quiet, it's smooth. You've got the automated transmission, so you really do take away a lot of the workload from the driver. There's lots of room in the cab. The visibility is great. I don't think too many drivers would object to a work environment like this. There's a quick look at Kenworth's T880 in an on-road environment. It's a very capable truck and designed to accommodate nearly any vocational body you can imagine, from everyday dumps and mixers to the more exotic vacuum tank bodies, concrete pumpers, and cranes. Kenworth has engineered the T880 to do it all. Make sure you check out the T880 walk-around, where we get into some of the finer points of the truck, and part 2 of this series, where we do a little off-roading. At the Eaton Corporation Truck Proving Grounds in Marshall, Michigan, I'm Jim Park for Ultimate Test Drive. Stay safe and keep your revs down.